Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Sun. Now that we've, healed up and the like, gotten some items and so on, it's time to go meet with Kahuna, Olivia, and wouldn't you know, we've got to pass through another cemetery in order to reach her. Man, shit be dying all over Alola.
Yeah, it seems to have this weird problem where everybody is dying all the fucking time and we gotta put them somewhere. It's just a huge inconvenience in my opinion.
Like, either it's getting close to autumn, or this place is not kept very well. Look at all this dying shrubbery around here.
Well, it is a cemetery. I guess even the leaves have died too.
Alright, get ready for overly sassy, elderly gentlemen.
I love it. It's such a huge contrast. He's a super sassy gentleman, but here he is standing in front of a grave, mourning a Pokemon he has lost. And then some asshole comes in behind him. You want to have a Pokemon battle?
That's life, I guess.
Oh well, I guess I'll have to now.
Oh, nice. Umbreon.
Yeah, he's rocking my favorite Eevee evolution. I still want to see some other ones. Sylveon's pretty good. The ice one is okay. I want to see a steel Eevee. That would actually be kind of rad, I think.
Chromion, or is that a bit too on the nose, do you think?
I don't know. Champion was also a bit on the nose, but
What's your least favorite Eevee evolution?
I'd have to say, I'm trying to remember all of them. You know what? Leafeon doesn't really inspire a lot to me. He looks mostly bald, and I'm not really sure if I'm a fan of that.
I guess for me it would have to be Flareon, because even now, and I know I'm not a competitive sort of trainer in any sense of the word, but his move pool just doesn't do it for me. As a fire-type user, he is disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, again, I mostly go by appearance, so it's mostly like Leafeon. Jolteon, actually, I remember back in the day, like, Jolteon was my main pick for the Eevee evolutions, but, these days looking at him, I'm not really that much of a fan of the design. I actually like Flareon more in terms of design, probably because it looks a lot cleaner and less busy and pointy and shit everywhere. I don't know.
Alright, we should be done here. One more slap across his noggin and he's out for the count.
So if you build like a gym on top of an Indian burial ground, do like ghost Pokemon come in there too? What if it was like a different type? Like, oh, we're gonna build a water gym here, but there's fucking ghosts in there. They need like a ghost water Pokemon. Do they have one of those?
Ghost water? I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, you could have made like Lombre ghost water, because, it's based on a Kappa and whatnot.
That's true. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see if we have ghost water. I don't think we do, but that would be pretty neat.
We've got Grass and Ghost in Sun and Moon, two in fact. One is Decidueye, Rowlet's final evolution, and then there's like a Pokemon called Delmise, which is like seaweed possessing a rusted anchor, which is pretty dope.
Frillish is a dual-type water ghost Pokemon introduced in Generation
of course,
V.
yeah, the massive jellyfish that come in male and female variants.
Yeah, it evolves into Jellicent, which I really don't know how to feel about Jellicent. It looks like it's about to pop and, like, unleash something nasty, I'll be honest with you.
Alright, child, it's time to learn a valuable life lesson. Don't fuck with Entom 64 in a graveyard.
People in graves are sleeping forever, right? God, I really don't want to tell this kid what's going on, because I feel bad, man.
Oh, Jigglypuff. That's it, just Jigglypuff.
I'm fixing to say, because I thought you were going to go on some sort of nostalgic journey there, which is, Jigglypuff, it's a thing.
I really need to get a fairy counter at some point. Like, I had one in the form of Ixtok, but he's not going to be making it to the Pokemon League, I'm going to be honest. So, maybe like Mimikyu, that ghost fairy type, he seems like a decent pick.
It's possible. They're only really weak to poison and steel, and since I haven't really found a steel I like, that's why I got a Salandit, because of the poison fire kind of thing. So Salazzle will be my fairy counter, pretty much.
That poor fucking Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that's good. Blow up all the other graves. Might as well clear out the area. That's fine.
I'm just keeping the sleeping people warm. It's okay.
It must be awkward if you go to a funeral for somebody you love, and you sit there you're with your family, you're reminiscing about the good times, and then you turn your eyes and somebody else turns theirs, and you have to have a Pokemon battle right then and there.
Oh Jesus, Celine Dion is trying to sing over here. Do you mind?
And it's like, can this wait? I'm a little busy here.
Alright, let's get some THD action going on up in here.
Man, when is Wimplo gonna come in? Are you gonna evolve it into Goliath?
Well, that's why it's still in the team, mate.
Okay, just making sure. I actually countered a wild Ledion a while back. I'm like, oh, Ledion?
I mean, the design's kinda neat, but I've never ever seen, like, one used in either casual or competitive play. Feel free to link me to, like, matches where people use it in casual or competitive play.
Well, I mean, you know, you say that, but they do have that one build you can do with Rattata, where if you do it right, you can pretty much kill anybody, so...
Oh no, the child is dying!
Oh, ho, ho, hey! You want to know a great fear, kids? The fear of your heart stopping beating when you're asleep. Have fun!
Oh yeah, I've been through all this shit, mate. Nothing phases me anymore.
Just walk back and forth looking for fights in a graveyard.
I swear they wait until I'm on the edge of the patch of grass. It can't be anything else at this point.
I've actually caught one of these, because at that time I was under the mistake that I was not going to have a grass ghost kind of coverage. Decidui obviously did that. So I realized it a little too late, and I threw him back in the box. I'm trying to remember what I named him. I think it was... Oh, yeah. I named him Slender, because of the whole, you know, forest, you know, spooky shit kind of connection.
Did we have one of these in the X playthrough? I don't think I used it, but I definitely caught one.
I think you used a Trevent for a while, actually.
My team is pretty much set in stone at this point, bar one or two changes, so that may make things a wee bit repetitive, but once I find something that works, I stick with it.
That's true, and obviously you're not going to abandon your upcoming Incineroar anytime soon.
Oh no, mate. Let's read its really depressing Pokédex entry.
Do not read its depressing Pokemon entries.
Oh, I will. I'll do it.
Where am I? It's so cold. Why am I wearing bark on my face?
Here we go. These Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died in the forest. Their cries sound like eerie screams.
Man, if I was a ghost, I would probably get, like, one of the stupidest forms imaginable. I would be, like, a clam ghost or something like that. Ooh, I cower when you poke sticks near me.
Oh, thanks for that, I guess.
You're welcome, says the tree.
More of this.
Every single time, I fucking swear.
No, I've already got one, sorry.
But that's my brother, we're twins. Nope, don't care, bye!
To be fair, all phantoms look the same to me.
Okay, that's just racist.
It's a Pokemon. It's not technically a race, it's a species.
Okay, well that's species is.
Well, always gotta get me on technicalities, don't you?
That's technicalities.
Okay, you can stop now.
That's okay.
Go amuse yourself while we're bopping to our next destination. Hello.
I'd be great if you just wiped her. Oh, hi man, how are you doing? No, that's fine.
Which Pokemon do you think is fitting with the grave?
Pepperoni and cheese. I've not had pizza in quite a while.
Yeah, well, it's a reference to something else, I believe, but it may be too old school for me.
Oh, I was referencing Tombstone Pizza, which I don't think they have over there in the UK.
Maybe. I stick with Domino's, honestly, which I'm surprised people shit-talk so much. Maybe they just haven't had it since they changed their recipe. I don't know. I've
actually had a Domino's since they changed their recipe, and I actually like it more than, like, Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut used to be, like, my top-tier pizza. I'm gonna rate the tiers now. It was, back then it was Pizza Hut, Hungry Howie's, Domino's, and Frozen, I guess. Nowadays, it's Domino's, Hungry Howie's, Pizza Hut. No, actually, DiGiorno's, Pizza Hut, but the gap isn't that big, so, you know, it could come back in all other variants of frozen pizza. I actually really like DiGiorno's. It's surprisingly good for frozen pizza. You would imagine it'd be crap, but the crust is nice and thick. Sometimes they have the cheesy shit in the center, which tastes okay, and the pepperoni and, like, cheese itself isn't that bad, so I rate it quite highly for frozen pizza.
We're not being paid to show these pizzas, I assure you. This is just sometimes, you know, the tangents, they creep up on you and they take you.
Okay, so that's what high horsepower does, because I have never heard of that move before you got it.
I don't really need double kick. Be gone with ye.
Yeah, it's not really doing a lot of damage anyway.
I would liken that Pokemon we just fought, Comfey, to, what the fuck was that, like, keychain Pokemon from Gen 6?
Clef Key, I think?
Yeah, that's the one. It's basically like that, but I think it's pure fairy type. Don't quote me on that. Do we have the information on hand?
I can acquire it for you.
I could do it faster.
Alright, you can do it then. Go ahead.
Oh wow, it is pure fairy type. I've actually thought it was going to be grass fairy for a second.
That Comfy actually gave me so much trouble because I was trying to kind of get in a type advantage, and that damn thing would use Wrap, which means it could not be switched out while I was doing damage, and then it proceeded to stall the fuck out of me, and I'm sitting there going, alright, I'm kind of done with this already, so...
If you want to catch a Comfy yourself, they can be found in the Lush Jungle, by the way.
And I didn't really want to, so...
Alright, let's learn about Zubat for the 7th time.
These little shits have been seen practically everywhere, and you pretty much know where they are by heart.
I ain't got no eyes!
I see with my ears!
Yeah, sonar, you know.
But that's a good point. When the fuck does it get eyes? Because Golbat has eyes. Where are Zubat's eyes? Are they like super tiny or squinty? Where are the eyes?
No, it doesn't have any. Evolution allows it to push past that disability.
Man, you know, Satan's magic is amazing in terms of giving people ability to do what they want.
Oh, this is the punk girl you referenced earlier in the playthrough.
Yeah, and I have actually, since then, I have actually met the punk male version. You know, and his mouth is quite angry, so I'm pretty satisfied with how that turned out.
Oh, Ariados. So intimidating, except not really.
You know, I see this girl and I'm thinking, you know, it reminds me of that one comic you fanned over a while back where it was like the guy was dating like a Team Magma grunt. I bet there's like a comic out there similar to that, but it's dating like the punk girl who is like Team Skull on the side. I could totally see that happening.
Well, who knows? Maybe in the year 20,066 when he finishes that fan manga, we'll get what you just talked about. And we're done here.
One thing that I really don't like that much about Team Skull is the fact that they always, most of the time, have one fucking Pokemon, and that's it. Like, flesh it out a little bit, man.
Yeah, I think it's fine for regular Joe Schmo trainers you see on every other goddamn route, but this is the enemy team, man. I want to be intimidated.
Yeah, the enemy team.
The music cut out. This means this cutscene's important. What the fuck?
I love these zoom ups in on the slow bugs. Like, what?
Don't give me trouble. I'll reduce you to rubble. Yeah.
Here's some trouble. Make it double. We'd say that rap, but that was copyrighted, man, and they got their fucking lawyers after us.
Do you know what happens to Team Rocket in the anime now?
What happens to them?
They don't blast off. Beware comes out of nowhere, grabs them and runs off, essentially.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's odd. Well, okay, it's a different change of pace, and the thought of having their ribs crushed practically every time is hilarious. So, I noticed this guy is wearing one of those new VR units. I know they're really expensive, so I'm kind of jealous that he has access to one so early.
No, they're just bean-shaped glasses, I'm afraid. He would not be out of place in Superstar Saga. Fighting over Slowpoke. This takes me back.
Yeah, we have really come far in our island journey, haven't we? Did you know the skull is actually an S when you squint and look at it funny?
Did you know that's what they're doing when they pose at the beginning? They do the crossbones, and then the whole, like, circle thing is not to make themselves appear bigger to their enemies, it's actually forming the head part of the skull.
I am proud to announce I now have a nickname for Alolan Raticate.
Okay.
I call him Faticate.
That's stupid. I shouldn't have laughed. I'm only encouraging you.
That's stupid, but I believe it.
Oh, look at that. That look of determination.
Just really close in there. I also love the random zooms. I have not gotten them that often, though, because I tend to pick my moves fairly quick. But, you know, when it comes in every so often, it's still pretty hilarious.
Is that it, mate? Is that all you've got?
Yo, man, my Faticate, I'm gonna put him on a diet, I'm gonna do the Atkins, and I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
We're no joke. No joke. Who is playing that music? This is meant to be a very serious cutscene.
There's like another Team Skull guy in the back. He's got his little rap table out. Oh shit, sorry. And then they run off.
You okay now, Slowpoke? That must have been a very harrowing experience. Oh.
Huh? What? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Please stop doing that. Yeah, this guy seems a bit slimy to me.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this man helping Cobra Commander build their newest machine to take on G.I. Joe.
Nice. Ah, the other hotel on Akala. Alright.
He just gives us something that's like completely censor blurred out. It's like, what the fuck is this? Aha, it's my latest invention.
Are you going to give me stuff? If not, piss off.
Wow, these Aether Foundation guys sure are swell. It's nice to know that somebody like them is out keeping the streets of Aloha safe, if they had streets.
Man, your subtlety, it needs work, I'm gonna be honest. Come, do yoga with me. Downward fucking dog.
I want to see, like, they obviously have, like, an old Ryu here. I want to see, like, an Akuma-style Pokemon trainer, you know, kind of... That'd be kind of neat, because, you know, they do that. Like, they've had stuff where they, like, kind of do characters from other franchises in, like, Pokemon art. Like, I've seen it for, like, Joseph, Joestar, and Caesar before, which I thought was pretty good, actually.
There was this one dude, like, doing JoJo stuff based on, like, old Marvel comics and whatnot. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw those, and it was like mimicking like Jack Kirby kind of art. Like I retweeted those comic book covers a while back, and they're probably on like the Know Your Meme gallery. I think they looked really good.
Jesus Christ, THD, you've got to like get some serious training under your belt. Cause
I have been training.
Oh well, I'm talking about the Pokemon here, not the actual person.
Oh, of course. It turns out my bodyweight exercises were completely inadequate to take a gigantic bitch slap to the face.
That's what you get. This donkey is unflappable.
You just made me madder.
And when I get madder, my defense rises, thus giving me another stage of my defense stat. Man, that thing hit really fucking hard.
And it's also weird that Stallion gets so hopping mad he could break the ground. Meanwhile, Pokemon THC can't even do that. Why did you name the bird after me instead of the jackass, which I clearly more represent?
Well, you can't have two Pokemon named the same thing.
And now I'm just gonna stand here and wonder how I lost to a kid. Oh yeah, it's because I sucked. Huh.
Little bit. Good job Hal gave us those revives. And now, since the Kahuna fight is literally one screen away, we are going to heal up.
Or you could just fly back to the Pokemon Center, but
Meh, indeed.
One thing I do like is how it's not just like the Pokemon Center's fly will actually let you go towards key locations. So if you actually go up here to like the area where you're going to fight her at, you can fly back to the Pokemon Center and then just fly right back to that area, which is very convenient, in my opinion.
I think Pokemon X and Y did that, but regardless, it is a really useful feature, so...
That sure is a Pokemon that was designed.
Oh man, I remember double-kicking this thing in the face with my Combuskin all those years ago.
I want this guy for no particular reason.
Well, it's a Pokemon. It appeared out of the long grass. It's mine now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even then, you're not going to use it. I just really have never seen the point of catching Pokemon that I'm not really going to use. Unless it was, like, super rare. Like, I actually, like I said before, I encountered a Kangaskhan that's apparently really rare to get, and I just caught that bitch right away, you know?
Well, the more Pokemon you catch in this game, the more islands you can create in the Pokepelago and so on.
But I don't use Pokepelago, so there's a problem right there.
Ah, well.
I wonder if it can detect water with that nose, now that I think about it. Is that how water detection works, you know, with, like, the dowsing rod?
I'm not entirely sure if dowsing is, like, a scientific sort of thing. Like, does that actually work? Can you find water with a dowsing rod?
Dowsing rod. I'm gonna look this up, because I'm curious.
Dowsing rod, comma, legitimacy.
Well, I mean, Pokemon has had Item Finder before, and those were dowsing rods, you know. It is considered a pseudoscience. Ah, if it wasn't for that prefix, damn! All the fun shit is pseudo, or inoffensive or something like that. Bah.
I think we're getting another level of Team Skull here, mate.
Yeah, I think we found Team Skull's Team Mom.
I'm just gonna say this as nicely as possible. Did you enter a sweet shop and put your head inside like a stack of bubblegum and it exploded? Because what the fuck?
Yeah, I understand you want to kind of go against the curve here in terms of how you look, how your hair looks, things like that. And hey, you know what? More power to you. But I'm sorry, 4 spaghetti strands that are multicolored does not really work for me.
Ah, well, yes, the team mom of the group, mum, if you're feeling limey, Plumeria, her, what's the word I'm looking for here? The Pokemon she's most known for, her speciality, is Salandit, so look forward to fighting her Salazzle down the line.
That's Salazzle, man. Again, I seem to have the most trouble with Salazzles in this game, because hers was actually pretty boss, too. I guess it's just how my team was laid out. This Salandit that she has at this particular point, not too bad, though. She brought in Golbat, and my Crabrawler, my Dudley, he came out first, and I was like, oh, Golbat, that's cute. Oh, no, Crabrawler, I can weak to flying attacks now! And just killed him in, one hit.
That certainly was a lot of noise.
That's true.
Alright, let's get some spark up in this bitch. Her theme's a bit more menacing to, indicate she's higher up in the ranks. Otherwise, pretty standard Team Skull fare.
Plumera, at least this first round, isn't too bad. Again, just kind of watch out for that flying shit, otherwise you'll have a problem.
Come on, Sparks, to snap out of it. Yeah.
You could fit a Rowlet inside of Golbat's mouth, I noticed, and they could tie and team up to fight the enemy.
Grass, flying, poison, and flying. What a type combination.
I'm pretty sure they'll find a way in the future to have a Pokemon have 4 types at once, I bet.
Well, in Gen 6 we had moves that had 2 types, so who knows, maybe when they go back to gyms in Gen 8, because it's going to happen. Trials and, Island stuff seems very situational to Alola. But maybe have, gyms that straddle 2 types, like Fire and Ground.
I'm kind of reluctant to go back to gyms now. I mean, I know it's a standard of the series, but I've had so much fun doing the trials in Pokemon Sun. I don't know if I can go back, I'll be honest with you, because I've kind of been doing that for years, and I like the change of pace that we've had, so I don't know.
Well, I guess you could, change up how gyms work and still have that sense of, wonder and exploration that comes with the Island Trial Challenge.
Yeah, and like you said, doing 2 types per gym would actually be a pretty nice way to kind of change things up, so you really have to be more on your toes. I would be okay with that, I suppose, if we had to go back to gyms. They probably will when they remake Diamond and Pearl, obviously.
Oh, poor donkey. Here, let me heal you.
Just come on, take it. Just rub it on the end. I'm sure that'll get rid of the poison somehow. I've had to do this when I rolled around in Poison Ivy as a kid, and let me tell you, I had to use a lot of thermometers to get rid of that.
Oh, Pokebeans for after and everything?
Well, I don't know. More like bean burritos. Actually, Pokebean burritos. They should make some of that. I would eat that, yeah.
Well, if Pokebeans existed, I suppose. Alright, Plumeria, what you got to say for yourself? That battle was shocking. At least she's not a sore loser.
Alright, honey. Yeah, you go off and you do your thing. I'm a little busy here, if you don't mind.
Got a Kahuna to fight and everything.
Rotom is surprisingly cheerful about this, which is not really surprising for Rotom.
Well, what does he have to worry about in life? He gets everything he needs from the Pokédex, otherwise he could just exist as a ghost.
Oh yeah, but somebody would break that shell and then he wouldn't have arms again, so you have your extensional mortality to worry about, my friend.
Alright, Hakuho's going up first. Fighting shall destroy rock. Next time in Pokemon Sun, we take on Kahuna Olivia. So see you then.